Welcome to the channel, guys and gals. Here we are with this week's video, and I'm sitting in the truck in the driveway. I just got home from work, and what we're gonna do is this week's video is gonna be pretty good. I really hope that you stick around for the bonus footage. That's gonna be a real big conversation to have, and what's going on here, and some things that are going to start coming out onto the channel, and some more big things that are going to be happening really soon. Basically, what I'm going to do is we're going to put those rims and tires on the 2017 GMC Sierra, all 6-lug. The bolt pattern is all the same, should be anyway, and we'll go from there. But I basically want to see what those 31, I honestly forgot what I ordered, if they were 31 inch or 33 inch, but we're going to measure everything because I want to show you what the factory size tire height is and all that on the 2017 GMC Sierra, and what my aftermarket rims and what those tire sizes are. I believe they're 31s or 33s. But what we're going to do is see how those look on the GMC Sierra, turn the wheel, make sure all that works out and stuff like that. And again, make sure you stick around for the bonus footage. I've got some stuff to talk about the tuning school, tuningschool.com, HB tuners. We got a lot of stuff going on, with that, and I want to make sure that I get a little in depth about some things about myself and what's going on with the school, and or not with the school, but me being able to learn what that's about and stuff like that, because I'm thinking that maybe there might be some other people out there like me when it comes to trying to retain and remember and do things and stuff like that. And I'm hoping that with my journey on that, it'll help out. So stick around. We'll talk about that more. Right now, what I want to do is get the garage open. I've got to dig out the rims and tires out of the basement of the house, pull that all out, get this thing off the ground, and so on and so forth. So let's get to it. Let's do some measuring. Let's see what the tires and stuff look like, and go from there. This is our factory rim and tire, and it's leaning that way a little bit. Wow, much more than I thought it was. So look at 30 inches right now on the factory rims and tires. These are 255 70 17-inch rims. These make sure that's level. And my aftermarket is 32.5 heavy, just a little over 32.5 inches tall. So with what little bit of wear and tear I put on them in 2 years on the old Silverado, I probably lost that half inch, so they're 33s. I'm just going to call it 33, but let's get the front ones on first. I'm actually really curious more, if anything, what it's going to be like having the front ones on, and what our turning radius, if we're going to gain, lose, or you know what I'm saying, lose if it's going to rub or anything. So let's get the front ones on and then see what happens. All right, so here's our aftermarket, and here's our factory GMC. Get that lined up, and then come down like this, and you guys can see the difference in height. All right, well, let's get this one on, and then we got to get the driver's side on, see what happens. All right, so we've got just the front ones on, and I'm loving it already. Got a couple of reasons, but here we go. Let me just show you the front, and then we're gonna go and do some turns, sharp turns, and make sure they don't rub. But check this out. Check that out. So here's lined up down the side. We're poking out just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I actually, I really like that. Here's what it looks like. That right there looks pretty close, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna take it for a test drive and actually see how it looks. Or feels, I should say. So let's do that. Let's get in. Let's get in. Let's go across the street there to the parking lot and see how it goes. Here we go. We're backing out the driveway. So far, so good, but we're going straight, so we're gonna know right off the bat as I back out. Oh, I heard a little something, and then it went away right away, so. I think that was just because of the like lean of the vehicle coming out the driveway apron like that. Oh, I hear a little something right there. So let's keep the wheel cranked all the way like that. Right here where we're at. Let's go see how bad it's touching. Okay. Obviously through here. Okay. So it's not even worth removing the wheel well or cutting it to find out or do anything. Yep, and right there, it's obviously touching right there. So let's straighten the wheel back out and see how bad it is, what we're doing here. Wheel straight, let's take a look in there. Right there, see it? Well, that's kind of weird, because why would that mark be up there, but that's down there? A little strange. And a figure 8, real sharp. I gotta say though, there's a little noise there. So, driver's side, that's the only spot I got rubbing. We just did a couple of really good figure 8s. So now we'll come over here. I don't know why that's there. I have no idea why that's there. But now we do see right here where it touches. And honestly, that's not enough for me to be too concerned about. So we're gonna wash these up real good, clean them, get the back ones changed. We'll get the back ones changed, and then we'll be right back. Let's get it done. Now, I gotta tell you guys, right off the bat, you could tell a little bit of a difference in drivability having these tall tires on here. Well, I shouldn't say drivability, like that little like 1.5 inch and 3/8, whatever it is that this thing got lifted, like I can tell, like you feel it. I'm like way up higher and everything. Oh, look, there's a fellow C5 driver. People don't follow stop signs when they're in parking lots for some stupid reason. Like, I could just feel, and then I'm thinking like, so I'll show you after what's going on right now is we're going to the car wash, but what I'm going to show you guys is once we get out of the car wash, I'll get a video because as you can tell, it looks like we're about to lose the sun. It's already down below the hill over there, so we're going to start losing sunlight. So we're going through the car wash now. Hopefully it cleaned the rims and tires up a little bit. And I feel the height difference, and I really think what I want to do is just get like those, whatever, I gotta look it up. I don't want to talk like I know something and I actually don't, but whatever I can find that will help me lift this thing up an inch in the front and level this thing out, because man, just that inch and a half, 3-inch difference from tire height, that inch and a half or so of being up higher, I can tell just sitting up here a little bit more. It's not much, but I mean you can tell. So what I think will be great is getting the front end lifted like an inch and level the whole truck out nice and level. I mean, we're talking like 1 inch would really make the truck level and not have that kind of like race car rake to it that it kind of has now. My truck is a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500 4-wheel drive. My gauge package and everything is awesome, but it's an SLE Sport Luxury Edition. So I'm very excited about this. We're almost through the car wash. Let's get ready to get out and take a look and see how well the rims cleaned up and all that. Maybe I might have to go in there by hand, or something, and go from there. But let's see what it looks like on the outside of the truck and go from there. All right, here we are. I went through the wash, and man, look at that. They cleaned up perfect. I am very excited about the way the truck looks now. But you can see what I mean. The difference between the top of the tire and the top of the wheel well there, and then just the overall, like, as you stand back and look, you can see there's like this rake of going upward. Oops. There's this rake like this, where the rear end is higher, and I'm like, I would love to get like the front end up 1 inch. So make comments down below about what you might know of or found to level the truck out. I'm not looking to go 3 inches or do anything crazy. Just bring the front end up 1 inch to kind of get rid of a little bit of that rake. But man, look at that. We got the back wheels on too, and they stick out just a little bit like the just like the fronts do. Man, I love this blue. Depending on what angle you're at, like in the video, it looks really like a bright blue, but physically looking at it, it's dark. Just like when you're looking at it like this, it's darker, but depending on where your angle at, it's lighter or it's darker. But there you go, boys and girls, guys and gals. Very little rubbing for 33-inch tires. And with the back spacing I had, and I remember with the 05 that it actually didn't stick out like this. On my 05, it was perfect with the fender straight up. It really didn't have any poke out, and you can see I don't have any spacer in there or anything like that, so no spacers. And I purposely asked them to give me a back spacing that would make it like right out to the edge of the fender flare and all that on my 05. But here on a 2017, it really came out great, and I love it. It looks awesome. It really does. I'm very happy with it. All right, and there we have it. So we got the aftermarket wheels and tires on, going from 30-inch factory height to 33-inch tires, and on 17-inch rims. They're Pro Comp rims. I forgot the model number and stuff like that of them, but you guys seen them if you're interested. I got them at Summit Racing. I'm in Cleveland, so I'm not very far from the Talmadge store, Talmadge, Ohio. I'm very happy with it. What I wanted to mention is what I noticed is no tire pressure monitor systems going off or going crazy about not being able to tell what the tire pressure is. So that's kind of crazy in itself right there. I'm very happy with it. That's going to be this week's video, but make sure, remember, stay tuned. Bonus footage, we're going to talk about the tuning school, HP tuners, the package and stuff that I got for me, and about me and learning and problems that I've had and blah, blah, blah. So stick around for that. It's actually going to be very interesting. And let's get to it. Here's your bonus footage. Welcome to the bonus footage. And what I'm going to talk to you about is, I'm sure you've seen this in other videos, but I've got my laptop here. I'm going to show you a couple of things real quick. Oops. But what I wanted to talk to you about real quick, and I'm going to make it very quick, in the bonus footage, is that I recently signed up for the tuning school, doing the online courses. And of course, this is so that I can properly learn everything in detail about my HP tuners, tuning GM LS1 motors. Okay, so I've got the laptop here, and you probably noticed I had to do a quick little get this set up, but here we are at thetuningschool.com, and I'm doing these online classes, so I've got to click on my courses. And I want you to see I've completed 41% already, which that 41% so far has been a lot of videos that for somebody like me and the way I retain things, it's so hard for me to study or do anything or keep an attention for long periods of time on one thing, which is probably why I've always kind of had a hard time in schools, even, middle school, high school, all that stuff, and just retaining things, keeping it in memory. For me, it's more of a hands-on, which is how I got to learn to build motors. And probably if you've been watching the videos long enough, you probably didn't understand why I might have said something a particular way, or done something a particular way, or repaired or done anything, whatever the case may be. But I've always had a hard time learning it. And in the process of talking, I made phone calls, did my background work. I've tried watching YouTube. I've tried watching all these guys, or people, I should say, on YouTube trying to show you tuning. And what I've learned just in the 41% that I've gotten here so far, there's a lot of stuff they're leaving out. And made it hard for me because I'm not connecting dot A and dot B and stuff like that. Maybe you learn how I do. Maybe you're more of a hands-on and have to be able to do it that way. And I've talked to a couple of people at the tuning school, to check it out, tuningschool.com, and explained to them about my disability and learning and being able to comprehend things and retain it. And it's more of a hands-on, got to do it over and over and over again, and I catch on, which, again, like I was saying, how I learned how to build engines. I've been working on cars since I was 13, so it was more of a thing where, a couple of friends of mine that I've known 30 plus years, that they were always there and, watching and helping, and, eventually I was able to start doing it on my own. So what I wanted to show you is that down button. All these in green here are courses that I've already done, but I've watched them 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And just to go, real quick, just to go back to the top here, there's a welcome video. And then there is session, 0, beginning 101, engine fundamentals. Just that section alone, I actually learned a couple of things about stuff that I thought I knew everything there was to know about engines and how they worked and stuff like that. Even with LS engines, I've been doing those long enough now that there was still a few things that I learned on there. But I'm starting to get into the actual tuning part of the courses and videos and how to actually operate the VCM scanner and things like that. And I'm like, man, there's so many things that are being left out in other videos that I'm assuming that maybe those guys are just assuming themselves that you can comprehend and you know how to do that stuff. For me, it took a little bit more and will take a little bit more. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. But there's like, if I remember correctly, there's like 10 online courses, classes that you can take. There's like 20 something other videos that you get to watch. And then there's these like course downloads that you can do and stuff like that. But I went and got myself, one of these 3-ring binder trapper keeper kind of thingies, and I put it together. And I want to show you that there's the Maffin VE guide that comes in this kit that they get. They give you. Well, don't give you. You got to pay for it, of course. But and then there is GMLS engines. Look how thick this book is. And there's color illustrations, there's all kinds of things. And I gotta tell you, from just like the section that where I'm at now, is so detailed. You're like in the book, watching a video, pausing the video, going back to the book, and then looking in this book, and then, hurry, let's flip this book out of the way. Then you have these laminated sheets here. So for me, it works out. So far it's working out really well. Now, am I tuning a car yet or anything like that? No, not just yet, but I will get there. And I want to know that when I go to touch or actually tune on a car or do anything further than what you've seen me do on my channel so far, actually, I'm not going to hurt or destroy or blow anything up, because it's, the Corvette and the Camaro that I've been building with the LS swap in it is very important. Oops, I dropped a piece of paper. I'll get that in a minute. But with the way that I retain and learn things is that it has to be repetitive. And I wanted to tell you that I really feel that with somebody like me, this is really going to go far with me being able to do this. And you get like a whole year of tech support with it and stuff like that. So with HP Tuners and the tuning school, I'm going to be able to show and do things, and on our channel here, and be able to help make it a little bit more clearer for some of you that may not be able to follow some of the other, tuning YouTube / channels that are out there, because just what I've learned in this one section, there's a lot of things that that are being left out, or they're missing, or maybe when they posted their videos, they're so far outdated that at the time maybe they weren't using MPVI2, or even when they got it, it was still like 4.00, for just an example I'm throwing out there, for what update they were using at the time or something like that. Because I noticed, like, for me, it got hard and I gave up with trying to tune it, and I really don't want to destroy the Camaro. I don't want to destroy my Corvette. I don't want to accidentally ruin something. And for example, like, I would notice that this YouTuber would say, tuning for MAF, there would be, he would show on the screen, on the screen that you're looking at when you're watching their channel, but I'm looking at my screen on the laptop, HP VI2, and I'm going, that's not even on mine. And I also noticed that, with my Corvette, I have a 97 and 98 computers in a Corvette. My computer doesn't even say P01 on it. It doesn't say P59. It doesn't say anything like that. It just says 97-98 Corvette 57 blah blah blah, and a couple other things, and that's it. So it's a completely different thing for those first 2 years, 97, 98, compared to 99 to 04, and then 05 and up, and so on and so forth. So the screens weren't even matching with what they were doing. Turn this off and turn that on, and make this, fail and stuff like that. Well, the screens look completely different. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope that you guys will stick around and watch, because I'm going to do a lot more with this when I get through certain sections. Once I get a little further along, I'll get further in the sections and start showing you how I learned or whatever. But then eventually, just so you know, eventually somewhere down the road, my YouTube channel and how to tune will be outdated, because all this material really, I've got to soak it in now and get it as good as I can get it and do as good as I can do, like right away, because eventually there's going to be more updates to HP tuners. There's going to be more updates to stuff, because that's just the way that it goes. And by the time you see those videos that I'll put out, they'll be outdated. You could end up in the same boat that I'm in, where you're trying to compare screens and learn that away because you're doing hands-on like I am, and it's not working. So I really hope that I can do a good job and show everything. But I wanted to just share with you that I've paid for the courses. I'm going through the classes, and it's going to be a little bit, but little by little, I'm going to, I'll keep you guys updated, and we'll do, soon, very soon, I'm hoping. It's going to be, I keep saying it's going to be time, but it's going to be short. But eventually, we're going to get there. I'm going to have some videos going, and I really hope you guys are enjoying what's going on with the channel. I just talked to the school where the Camaro's at, and we should have that back on the channel soon and start getting on the interior stuff. There's so much going on. I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. I appreciate all of the support I've been getting. I'm so happy for that. I didn't think I was ever going to be over 100. I'm over 100 now. I'm over 150, and gaining closer and closer to 200 pretty soon. I think in a couple of weeks, or maybe sooner. Who knows? But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out thetuningschool.com. Check out hptuners.com. Be careful with what you're purchasing, what you're buying, and what you're getting yourself into when you're doing this. I almost gave up. It's not worth giving up on. But each of us, like I said, each of us learn and take things on differently than others. And for me, I always feel like I'm I learn harder than anybody else, or it's always harder for me to learn than anybody else. So they assured me that even somebody like me is going to learn and know how to do that with these courses. And I've already been through 41%, like I showed you on the screen, of the courses and in the books and doing what I'm doing. And I'm actually feeling somewhat, 50-50 confident about it. And I'm like, well, as long as I keep doing each course, each class and everything 2 and 3 times, 4 and 5 times, whatever, over and over again, it's going to lock up here like it usually does for anything else I do in life. So we're going to get there, and I'll be able to show you guys too, and it'll always be on YouTube forever. So be kind to one another, be good to one another, and be safe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week's video. Thanks for watching Steven's Garage 216. See you soon.